Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to this evening of Tuesday gathering. Brenda and Charu were supposed to take this session. We had a wonderful time with them last week during the Tuesday gatherings. And we were hoping that they would be here with us and serve more and more people who are going through deep pain. Unfortunately, at 2:25, Brenda called me to let me know that Charu's mother has taken ill urgently and has to be rushed to the emergency. So they could not be here today for this session. And hence, there was nobody to take over at that time, and I have taken this opportunity to be with you. And the topic, very correctly, is spiritual testing. It was the first test for me when she calls up to say that I cannot be there at the end hour. So the topic, rightfully, is spiritual testing, and we will be talking more about it today. And before we start, I would request Shailaji to please start with the prayer. Thank you, Shailaji.
Thank you so much. आत्मा त्वं गिरिजामती सहचरा प्राणा शरीरं ध्रुवम् पूजाते विषयोपभोगरचना निद्रा समाधिस्थितिः सञ्चारपदयो प्रदक्षिणविधि स्तोत्राणि सर्वागिरो यद्यत् कर्म करोमि तत्तदखिलम् शम्भो तवाराधनम् करचरणकृतं वा कायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसं वा पराधं विहितमविहितं वा सर्वमेतत् क्षमस्व जय जय करुणाब्धे श्रीमहादेव शम्भो जय जय करुणाब्धे श्रीमहादेव शम्भो सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। Umaji, with your permission, can I just say a small... It's my great honor and pleasure to even chant these mantras. And when I first read the message about this emergency and that Umaji was going to be talking about spiritual testing, a huge film ran of my past experiences of spiritual testing, and I thought that I can, with everybody's permission, share one of them. I have been going to Ganeshpuri. It's an ashram of Swami Muktananda, very close to Bombay, and I used to go there since my childhood. After marriage, my husband was not very keen on going to the ashram. He said, did not believe in gurus and all. And yet it was so taking care of the family, doing everything, and then going to the ashram every single weekend, cooking for 2 days, Saturday, Sunday, and keeping things in the fridge and going was tough. But I made it somehow. And yet there was this prayer that only if he comes it will be so wonderful. Years passed by, and one day, it was my daughter's, she was like 10-year-old and her birthday, and the night before, my husband was asking her, what would you like to have for a gift? And she went on challenging him, saying that you can't give the gift I want. You just can't give the gift I want. So he was determined to say, no matter what happens, I'll give it. And she said, come to Ganeshpur. You start coming. And he came. He came with all his skepticism, and we went up for darshan. And my daughter was sitting very close to Gurumai, and I went along with him and introduced him. Really proud. My Gurumai, mere pati aaye hain. Gurumai looked up and looked sideways, looked at my husband very well, but did not ignored me totally. And she said, "हाँ, शिल्पा के पिताजी आए हैं." It was like two things happened: acknowledging him that he had listened to his daughter and come. I was nowhere in the picture. I have to learn that. But then that day, he experienced so much of love, the Guru's love, which is so pure, that he went in the evening again for darshan and said, I want to come and serve. I want to come and stay here and serve. So the spiritual testing, it's a long story, but the whole thing is that you just keep on and on going with courage. And then the spiritual testings. Thank you much. And it's my great pleasure. I'm so excited to hear from you much. Thank you.
Thank you, Shailaji. Thank you so much. It's a beautiful experience of testing. Yes. And today I hope I'm able to do justice to this platform as I share with you the knowledge and wisdom that I have received from my spiritual master, Master Zigangsha. And I'll be sharing with you excerpts from the books of Master Shah and also one of his most senior disciples, Dr. and Master Peter Hudoba, who went through a lot of spiritual testing to reach where he is today. So what exactly do we mean by spiritual testing? Would anybody want to answer that? What would you call a spiritual testing? Nothing. Okay. So it is something that comes to us, a testing that comes to us on our spiritual journey. As each one of us are born in the physical form, we all want to grow. And as we move out of this life, we want to go out as a better human being, a more evolved soul, right? Just like we enter school, and when we want to pass from the first standard to the second standard, we have a test. And only if we pass that, we can go to the next. So throughout life, whether it has been in the physical world, in your educational world, or in the spiritual world, testing is always there. The testing is there just to check our commitment to become, to serve humanity, to become a more evolved soul, to move ahead on the enlightenment journey. And the first test that comes to each one of us, in most cases, as Shailaji just shared, is from the family. Could be your parents, could be your children, could be your spouse. They are the first ones who build that block for us. And as Shailaji very clearly said, though he was not committed to it, he did not believe in Guru, there did reach a point. Why did he reach that point? Because of her commitment. She did not say, oh, my husband doesn't like, so I will also move away. No. Her dedication, her devotion to her Guru, to her teacher, to her soul's journey was so immense that even when the father asked the daughter, what do you want? She very clearly said, Papa, you cannot give me what I want. And then he took up that challenge. Wow, there it was the ego that first comes in. Because the ego is the first one, that is the weakest link that we have in our life. That is what is going to be challenged. How can my daughter say that I cannot give her that what she wants? No, I will give her. So he succumbed to that. He said, okay, I will come with you. And why was this test? Because the divine knew that his place was at the feet of the Guru. Shaila could not take him there, but through the daughter, the path was paved for him. And that's why Guru Mai said, don't be proud that you brought him here. It is the divine that has brought him here. Right? So each one of us, we will find that we have tests in our lives in different forms. In fact, today at 2:25, when Brenda called and said, I cannot come, I had two options in front of me. Instead of sending this message that we will have a different session, I could have said today's session is cancelled. I had that option in front of me. But when I promised God, sir, that the next 6 weeks I will take care of this when you and Hemaji are away, I had made a commitment to him. Right? I could not let him down on that. I said, I will find a speaker and I will see that this platform continues. These sessions continue. So I will, since Brenda could not be here, Brenda and Charu could not be here. It was a very valid reason. So I had to step in. I hope I'm able to do justice to this. But yes, so I said, this was my spiritual test. And then at 4:15, I find that the current is gone, the electricity is gone. Kaumudi, my partner on this journey, she messages me saying, Umaji, there is no electricity here also. I said, okay, wonderful. This is the second test that is here with us. Anyway, the computer is, the power is on, and hopefully the electricity will be restored within maybe at least an hour, if not more, and things will be very smooth. So this is the second test that is here with us. So testing will come in different ways for each one of us. Could be the family, could be finances. How much I'm working and yet I'm not able to make ends meet. How many of us are able to say that? We are not able to make ends meet. Finance is an issue. The more we earn, the more we spend. So the testing can come to us in different ways. It can be as finances, it could be a relationship. It could be from the family. It could be health. Health not allowing you to move ahead. Telling, aches, pains. It is like the waves in the ocean. These testings, they come. They just come on and on and on and on. And just when you think that everything is subsiding, everything is becoming so smooth, the next big wave comes from behind. Have you not sat on the seashore, on the beach, and seen the waves coming in? Yes? So that's how testing comes. When you read the Mahabharata, when you read the Ramayana, just imagine what would have been Rama's condition when early morning the guard comes and tells him, your father wants to see you. And when he goes there, King Dasharatha tells him, you will not be, the Pattabhichekam will not happen today. You have to leave for the forest. It was a test for him, right? Either he obeys his father or he says he goes against his father. He passed the test, and that's how we have a Ramayana in front of us for us to learn so many lessons. When Arjuna was on the battlefield with all the Pandavas and the Kauravas around, and most of them being his own brethren, His own gurus were there. They were there on the battlefield, and he was going to have to fight against them. That was a big test for him. So when we go through our scriptures, when we read those stories, we find at every level, each one of them was being tested. And every test helped them to move ahead. Right? So now I will share with you from Master Peter Hudoba's book about what is testing. He says, all of us are tested on the journey. First, you must always appreciate the testing. When you get the test, appreciate it. I think I'll just have this so that. Master Peter says, he had 3 years of very, very, very intense testing. At that time, Master Shah gave him only one explanation regarding spiritual testing. One day he remarked non-committally, almost off the record, "Oh, you are being tested. That's good. It means you are still growing." So when we are tested, when we pass a test, we are growing, right? We grow from standard 1 to standard 2, from standard 2 to standard 3. Why do we grow? Because we are tested and we are passing those tests. So every time we are passing the test, we are growing, not just biologically, not just physically, but we are also growing spiritually when we pass the spiritual test. Right? Are you all here with me? Yes?
Yes,
Any
Master.
questions? Okay.
Yes, very much so.
Very much. Okay. Are you able to relate to this topic of spiritual testing?
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
Very much.
Yes,
Right. Yes. Wonderful. So just accept the testing when it comes. Just open your heart and say, "Thank you, Divine. Thank you, my teacher. Thank you, my guru. Thank you for this test." Don't resent it. It could be a relationship. You just go into loggerhead. A person who was very close to your friends, as you grow on your spiritual journey, you will find that some of your friends just leave you. Those who you thought were your friends will stop being there with you. They will just leave you. Why? Because they are not able to see, because you have gone to that realm to that stage where you are not able to think along their lines. You have moved ahead. And then things become difficult for them. They don't see, "Oh, you become very snobbish." That is how they would look at it. They would say, "Oh, you've got a big ego. You become very proud." That is a spiritual test for us. Oh, my friends are leaving me. Maybe I should stop going through to these sessions. I should stop moving ahead on my spiritual journey. Let me be with them. Let me continue to be in their company. This is a test for us. Do we have to be here or listen to our soul's calling and move ahead? Pass the test and move ahead. When you are being tested, Master Peter says, your logical mind cannot tell you what to do. Your spiritual powers cannot help you. When you ask the soul world for advice, you become more confused. When you connect with your personal spiritual teachers, or you do soul communication with a saint with whom you have a connection, you may receive more confusing information. And then you get even more confused. Am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? Am I wasting my time? Maybe I should not have done this. Maybe I should have followed that XYZ guru. Maybe I should have not this. I should have studied this. I should not have followed this guru. That could also be a big spiritual test. But what he is saying is not, I'm not able to see eye to eye with what my teacher is telling me. He is not helping me out of the situation. So you start getting more and more confused. It's just like, when you want to buy a fridge and then you say, I'll ask my friend, he has got a Voltas. He says, this is good. Then you ask somebody else, say, no, never go for Voltas. Always go for LG. The third one will say, no, Voltas, LG, no, go for Whirlpool. So each one will give you a different advice. And you get totally confused. Many a times, even with dishes, you want to go to a hotel, you want to have something good to eat. And then you say, oh, now that we have Google, let's check the reviews. You go to the review and you see first one says, wow, tasty, very tasty food. Felt wonderful. Second one says, my God, it's so awful. Never ever visit this place again. So each one will give you a different review. They will give you, because each one, nobody is wrong. Everyone is right. Because each one is looking at it from their perspective. What they liked, what they did not like, they are going to share that with you. But you have to know what your soul likes. Right? So being able to recognize that I will go the way I need to go. What is my soul journey? My place on Mother Earth at this time. I want to improve this. I want to go higher on my spiritual journey. With that goal, with that dedication, with that loyalty, when we move ahead, we will definitely be able to pass the spiritual test. How many of you have had experiences of having to put a full stop to your spiritual journey, or having to take a back seat because of challenges in life? Yes, Shailaji?
I used to read, chant a lot and read the Rudram, the Guru Gita, and many chants. So sometimes there was so much of energy and so much of power created that those around could not tolerate it, and they would, it would backfire in a negative way. They would get irritated and some fights would happen. It would be very difficult. So this was, and that was the time when in Kolhapur, this Guruji Mungle sir, I used to go to him. And so once I asked him, this is what is happening, everything is getting very fiery. So I did not know that it was getting fiery, but he said, no, there's too much of energy being created. So for a while, you just quieten, and for a while, you just stop doing what you are doing. And call me up and I'll let you know when to start again. So there are these phases, but I did not understand at that time why it was happening. So I have to do that.
Thank you, Shailaji. Yes, that's why we need a guru. A guru who will guide us, who will, to whom we can go to for guidance, for counseling, for helping us on our soul journey. Because every guru wants you to move ahead. Every guru is there to remove that darkness that is there within us, to help us to move ahead. So one of the simplest ways in which we can ground ourselves, we can overcome the spiritual test as it comes on us is to chant a mantra that is very, very close to your heart. Because the moment you become the mantra, what is a mantra? What you chant is what you become. So the moment you have this testing in front of you and you start chanting, you start absorbing that light, you start grounding yourself, you start becoming more relaxed, more grounded. You're able to look at things in a better perspective. You're able to recognize that it is a spiritual test and that you have to overcome it. Many a times we start complaining, we start criticizing, we start comparing with others. Oh my God, that one is able to go every week. I am not able to go for satsang. I am not able to do this. That one is doing spiritual practices for 3 hours a day. I am not able to do even 5 minutes a day. We start comparing, criticizing, and complaining. The moment we start doing that, we go further and further, deeper and deeper into the testing. Instead of doing that, the moment we ground ourselves, dear God, dear my spiritual master, please guide me. Why am I going through this and how can I overcome this? And just chant. If you've got a Bij mantra, start chanting the Bij mantra. If you have a Diksha, you have a mantra from your teacher, start chanting that. Start chanting Om, start chanting Om Namah Shivaya. Any religion, whichever religion, whichever mantra that is very close to you, just start chanting. The moment you start chanting, you slowly and steadily calm down. You're able to connect with the test and see what is it. Next, ask for help. Like Shailaji said, she went to Munglesar and he could help her. If she had not gone to Munglesar for guidance, what would have happened? She would have continued to chant. She would have continued to do that. And that which was just affliction could have become a war. Isn't it? We would be rubbing each other the wrong way further and further and further. But the spiritual teacher guided her. Come on, take rest. Calm down a little. Let things settle down. And then you can continue. And that is why we always need a teacher in our life. And always have total trust in your teacher. Master Shah uses the word total gold. Gold here is not the metal, it is the attitude. Gratitude, obedience, loyalty, and devotion. G for gratitude, O for obedience, L for loyalty, and D for devotion. So when you have this total gold attitude towards your teacher, then you are able to become aware that this is a test. Settle down, look at it. Are you able to overcome it on your own? If not, approach your teacher. I am going through this. Please help me. And your teacher will always help you. Right? Yeah. I would like to share this from Master Peter Hudoba's book. He says, after years of dealing with testing, I have observed that both talking to your spiritual friends and communicating with the soul world at the time of testing can further confuse you. In fact, there are very few things that you can rely on during a time of testing. That is the exact reason why you are tested. Your loyalty and commitment are tested. You are probed about how pure your heart is. Because each one of us is born here who we want to serve humanity. How much do you want to serve? How much are you committed to serving? That is what is being tested. He says every one of us has some negativity. Some have more, some have less. In Buddhism, the lotus flower is the symbol of purity and the symbol of the human struggle for enlightenment. The flower originates from the mud and the stalk. After a period of growth, comes to the surface of the water. Then the bud opens into a beautiful, pure flower. Even then, the roots are still in the mud. You may think that you are already pure, but in fact, each of us has something that has not been worked out. Therefore, we go through spiritual testing. We are always in the mud. And that's when, in one of his sessions, Master Peter has shared that, it is like you have one glass of crystal clear water, and the other glass, we've got a lot of ink dissolved. That is, our darkness, our ego, our attachments, all of our negative traits, our bad karma, you could say, that is there in another bowl. And we try to purify this water by, we take a spoon and we remove the darkness within us with all of our spiritual practices. We take one spoon, we throw it out, we put a little more crystal clear water by doing chanting, doing purification practices, but yet the darkness remains. It may become a little milder, but it remains. So it is an ongoing journey. It is like those waves, You keep removing till we remove. Till that time comes when the crystal clear water is more than the negativity within us. And then we still continue to do the practices. That is our dedication, that is our devotion, and that is our loyalty. To be on the path to go ahead, to move ahead on our spiritual journey. So till such time this entire water is flushed out and the new crystal clear water comes in, till such time we will continue to have purification. We will continue to have testing. Okay? He says, whatever impurities you still have in your heart will be tested to the limits. All sorts of situations created so that you become angry. You are probed to see if you can continue despite all of the vexing emotions, if you are willing to follow your teacher, even if things become sour. You could be irritated to the maximum to see if you will continue or if you will go on a different way. This is testing. You may also receive false messages. You feel, oh, I have done so many practices, I have become an evolved soul. I have connection with Buddha, I have connection with Devi, I have connection with Jesus, I've got connection with Sai Baba. I will talk to them, I will get guidance from them. And those are the times you may receive false messages. That you do not need to be a disciple of or a serious student any longer. You have become a guru by yourself. You do not have to be a disciple now. You be the master. You have already achieved much more than your teacher. Then you feel, oh, I have become great. Why do I have to follow this master? I can start. I can be a master of my own. Here, your loyalty is being tested. Your loyalty to your teacher is being tested. So testing will direct itself to anything you are still attached to. For example, if you want to become big, famous, rich, and have a comfortable life, you will see things happening around you that make you absolutely crazy. So another important point with testing is never feel too comfortable. You can be tested all the time, and anything can be a test. Testing isn't always unpleasant. It is not always, anxiety or negative thoughts or desire to leave the teacher, not study anymore. Testing can also be very pleasant and desirable. For example, he says, the very same day I was going to see Master Shah for the first time, I had a very constructive talk with my boss and management team. Master Peter Hudoba, he was a very spiritual person and who had done years and years of meditation and spiritual practices. But he was also a neurosurgeon, was also in the medical field. He had a lot of esteem and he was very remarkably noted for his prowess as a neurosurgeon. So on the day when Dr. Peter was going to meet Master Shah for the first time, it was at that point of time where he was going to leave his professional life and move into spirituality totally. That was what he was going to meet Master Shah for. And on that very day, he had a very constructive talk with his boss and management team. Master Peter says, they asked me to stay and not to resign. I was promised anything I want to do. I want to stay and do research, a hefty raise in salary, anything just to stay. I was given this opportunity in the morning, and a few hours later, I was to be on the flight that was going to change my life forever. It was testing to give me anything I could have desired in the material world, just to test my determination for my spiritual journey. The management team was willing to give him everything, and he was doing a lot of deep research. So they were willing to give him everything that he wanted to stay back and continue his profession as a medical doctor. But his spiritual journey, his commitment to his spiritual journey was so much that he took that flight which changed his life totally. So remember, anything can be tested and anything can be a testing. Someone can be tested with finances. Your business may totally crumble and you don't have any resources left. On the contrary, you make a huge amount of money and feel comfortable and lose your determination to meditate and struggle. That too is testing. When you have all the luxuries in the world, you forget your spiritual journey. You sink back deeper and deeper into your physical journey. Another type of testing he shares is this is when the relationships with your family and friends go sour. They might say, you have changed so much. They might complain bitterly that they can't even recognize you anymore. They could tell you that you are in a very funny group, that it is a cult or something. They could insist that you stop or that your relationship will end. That is also a difficult test. And another difficult test is that you lose your joy in your spiritual studies. How many of us have, Morning, we want to get up, we want to do the meditation at 4:30 in the morning. The alarm bell rings and we snooze it. Another 5 minutes. What's the hurry? 4:30 chalega na, 5 o'clock I will get up and do it na. I don't have to do it for 1 hour. Let me do it for just half an hour today. Maybe on the weekend I will do it for 1 hour. We try to snooze. Snooze the alarm, go back to sleep. And then when the weekend comes, we say, oh, for the whole week I've been doing. At least weekend let me sleep till 7. Why should I wake up? How many of you have done it? How many of us have done it? Yes, I have done it. Yes? Yeah, this is what we all do. We all do this. Because somewhere deep within us, our soul wants to get up. But our physical body, our mind says, come on. You're just 40, you're just 50 now. Got your whole life in front of you for all this meditation and spirituality. How many times our family members have told us this? This is not the time for all this. You have to wait. After you retire, you can get into all this. Right? All that is spiritual testing. And remember, we will always be born in a family. We will always be amongst a group of friends who will bring out the best in us. Because they will test us so much. Just like gold, higher and higher temperature so that the gold melts and you can make wonderful ornaments. The gold will melt only at a higher degree, but other things like iron will melt very soon. But you are gold. So your testing has to be really, really severe. So understand your commitment. Understand. Be aware of it. Oh, this is a test. The moment the alarm rings, yes, when that feeling comes within us, another 5 minutes, think, remember that it is that dark side saying. And you have to just wake up and say, thank you. Thank you for reminding me, but I will follow this alarm and I will wake up. So these are spiritual tests that come to us any day, every day, anytime, every time, when you least expect it. Yeah, the testing is still going on for me. The electricity has not yet resumed. The power is becoming thinner and thinner. So it is a testing. We know that it is there. We are aware of it. But we are committed. So we will be together and we will go through this. Right? So how would you like to receive a blessing to pass spiritual testing? Yeah. Let us all, I would love to offer you all divine soul transplant of divine purification. Master Shah has empowered us with so many transmissions. These transmissions are light beings that come at the soul level and we receive it and they are with us as permanent treasures. We have always thought treasure means gold, silver, amethyst and crystal and all those things. But Master Shah gives us something that is so beautiful that nobody can steal from us. So these are divine treasures, they are soul, mind, body transplants. So today, at this time, I would love to share with each one of you a soul transplant, a divine soul transplant of divine purification. So those of you who would love to receive it, you can just open your hearts, gently close your eyes and receive it. Okay, thank you, Kamudi. Yes, it will also be for those who listen to the recording. Yeah, it will be for those who are on the call and who will be listening to the recording. Just a minute.
मेरे साथ है उनको भी मिलेगा
जी,
मेरे साथ में जो बैठे हैं उनको
वो भी सुन रहे हैं ना?
जी
हाँ, वो सेशन सुन रहे हैं तो उनको मिलेगा. जो सेशन नहीं सुन रहे हैं, सिर्फ घर में है क्या वह अपने काम में है तो उनको नहीं मिलेगा, लेकिन जो आपके साथ बैठ के ये सेशन सुन रहे हैं उनको जरूर मिलेगा.
जी, थैंक यू मास्टर.
Thank you. There's one more message. I'll just check. So I would request you to gently close your eyes. Sit up straight. If possible, keep it away from the don't take any support. But if you have any back issues, you need support for your back, perfectly okay, you can take it. Take a deep breath into your lower abdomen. And as you exhale, just relax yourself totally. And this soul transplant is a beautiful light ball that will be coming into you and will remain with you and is always accessible to you. You just have to connect with it. So we will be doing a practice after you receive the treasure, and that will help you, guide you to how you can transform. Gently close your eyes. Bring your awareness to your lower abdomen. Divine soul transplant of divine purification. It's a silent download. How? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we will do a practice with this. I will say one line and you can repeat in your minds after me. Dear my divine soul of divine purification, I love you. I honor you and appreciate you. Please turn on. Please purify my soul, heart, mind, and body, and remove all of their struggles, including ego, attachment, selfishness, struggle for power, and more. I'm very grateful. Thank you. And now we will chant this mantra for about 5 minutes. So please repeat after me. Divine purification soul purifies my soul, heart, mind, and body and removes all of their heart and mind struggles. Divine purification soul purifies my soul, heart, mind, and body and removes all of their heart and mind struggles. Divine purification soul purifies my soul, heart, mind, and body and removes all of their heart and mind struggles. Divine purification soul purifies my soul, heart, mind, and body and removes all of their heart and mind struggles. Divine purification soul purifies my soul, heart, mind, and body and removes all of their heart and mind struggles. Divine purification soul purifies my soul, heart, mind, and body and removes all of their heart and mind struggles. Divine purification soul purifies my soul, heart, mind and body and removes all of their heart and mind struggles. Divine purification soul purifies my soul, heart, mind and body and removes all of their heart and mind struggles. Divine purification soul purifies my soul, heart, mind and body and removes all of their heart and mind struggles. Divine purification soul purifies my soul, heart, mind and body and removes all of their heart and mind struggles. Divine purification soul purifies my soul, heart, mind and body and removes all of their heart and mind struggles. Divine purification soul purifies my soul, heart, mind and body and removes all of their heart and mind struggles. Divine purification soul purifies my soul, heart, mind and body and removes all of their heart and mind struggles. Divine purification soul purifies my soul, heart, mind and body and removes all of their heart and mind struggles. Continue to chant in your mind. And as you chant, bring to your awareness those struggles that you are going through at this time. Could be with a family member, could be with your finances, could be with a dear one, a friend, could be a client. Deep struggles that are going on. Or it could also be with a health challenge. A health challenge that is not allowing you to move ahead on your physical and spiritual journey. To focus on that particular aspect and let us request this divine purification soul to help us to overcome this challenge. Divine purification soul purifies my challenge. You can mention the challenge, my relationship challenge, my financial challenge, my physical challenge, whatever it may be. Divine purification soul purifies my challenge. 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 How? Thank you, thank you, thank you. You may want to bring your palms together and do a namaste, for it is the divine purification soul. So let's offer our greatest gratitude and appreciation and honor and respect to this divine purification soul. Thank you, thank you. So this purification soul is yours forever. Not only this lifetime, all lifetimes. And you can access this treasure anytime. Anytime you're being tested, you can just connect with this. Dear my divine purification soul, please bless me, help me to transform this challenge. Whatever it be, whichever challenge it may be, just connect with this soul. Because every Master Shah teaches us, every soul wants to serve. Right? So now this is a divine purification soul that you have received. That soul wants to serve. And how will it serve? Unless you connect with it. You need to connect with it. Right? It is like, you have a gold ornament in the cupboard. Unless you remove it from the cupboard and wear it, it will not adorn you. Right? Same way, this treasure is within us. We just have to connect with it and ask for its help, and we will. Okay. So now let's, any questions? Or shall we move on to a calligraphy meditation? From Nazia, I have one experience to share about it. Yes, please. Yes, Nazia, please go ahead.
Thank you, Master Ruma. I wanted to share, I have shared this with so many of my friends, that this treasure is this divine purification treasure, especially. I received it during the Tao Hands workshop when we were doing, and really Umaji generously offered me. And this treasure actually changed my complete life, spiritual life journey. I was going through, like, we were given homework to watch some videos, and I could watch all the videos, but the forgiveness video, I just could not watch. I tried to play, and whenever I would play that video, something would come up and really big chaos. And I realized this is something not really right. I tried so many times, I could not just complete that video. Other videos I could watch. And then in the next session, I told Master Ruma that I am facing this issue. I think this is something that I'm not able to understand. And then she offered me this purification treasure. And this line I wrote down on paper, in notebook, in laptop, that I have to chant. And I invoke this treasure. After receiving this, I used to invoke it during working. I used to sit 2 to 5 minutes. I could not do very long. But I will invoke it, and then I would, connect with it. And then slowly I saw that I could play that video longer and do the forgiveness practice longer. So the resistance to forgiveness, actually, I had a very big lesson to learn in forgiveness. It really, really reduced. And within 1 week, this happened. And one day I could do forgiveness 3 times in a day. That was a big achievement. And this treasure, I really, 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 I don't know, this was my first experience with treasure, but practicing is so important. Just 2 minutes, 5 minutes, I used to connect, and I just remove my heart and mind struggle, remove my heart. What is the struggle? Where am I stuck? Where am I stuck? Where am I stuck? So wherever you are stuck, keep one issue in mind and just practice with this treasure. It's so powerful. And right now, like after 1 year of receiving this, I'm doing forgiveness. Like it's like now in my blood, and everything. I've understood what forgiveness is. I think I'm learning more and more, deeper and deeper. But if it was not that treasure, I don't think so I could have done it. It is only because of that treasure I received and I practiced that I could, move ahead in my journey where I was blocked. So wherever you are blocked, I wanted, and I've shared this with so many people, that this is how important treasure is. Please take it seriously. Thank you, Master Rama, for allowing me to
Thank you.
share.
Thank you, Nazia. Thank you for sharing. Yes, all of these treasures are just amazing. But as Master Shah says, heaven does 50%. You have to do the 50%. So even when we receive treasures for, our physical conditions could be, COVID, it was in between, it was for COVID, or it could be for diabetes, for blood pressure. You receive the treasure, you get 50%, but you have to, it is just like the doctor. You go to a doctor, he gives you medicine. Just keeping the medicine in front of you and saying, I'm getting well, it will not happen. Unless you take the medicine, you swallow it and ingest it, it is not going to help you. In the same way, you receive the treasure, but unless you invoke it and you do the practice, it is difficult. It will remain silently, it will be sitting there within you. Once you receive the treasure, it is always there with you. It is permanent. It is nobody can steal it from you. It is always there with you, but you need to access it. You need to show your love and honor to it and do the practice. That is most important. Okay, so now let us do a calligraphy meditation. Kaumudi, what do we do first? The healing first or the meditation first?
I think you must be healing. So
Okay. Okay, we'll do the healing first and then we'll go for the meditation. Yeah, because after meditation, people become. Okay, wonderful. So you can put it in the chat, which is the aspect of life where you're most challenged at this time. It could be health, it could be relationship. We'll focus on health, relationship, emotion, any of three, not finance. Okay, so you can just put it in the chat. I'll give you a couple of minutes. Okay. Anshu, we will do it not for career or finance. It is only for emotional, physical, or relationship. Okay.
Umaji, they can make a request for the loved ones, or it will be only
No,
for
it's
those
only
on-
for themselves. For those who are on the call. Neeluji, can you be more specific when you say health?
Yes, okay.
Yeah. So are we ready? Okay. So I would request each one of you to sit up straight, gently close your eyes. You can have one palm on your lower abdomen, the other palm on that area of the body for which you've asked for a healing. And for those of you who have asked for a relationship, you can have one palm, both palms on your lower abdomen. Those who have asked for emotional issues, if it is anger, you can have it on your liver. If you're having stress, you can have it on your heart. Anxiety, stress on your heart. If it is worry, you can have it on your spleen, on the left side of your body, below the rib cage, adjoining the stomach. If it is for grief or sadness, you can have it on your lungs. And if it is fear, you can have one palm on your kidneys. So gently close your eyes and visualize beautiful golden light radiating in that area of your body. And you can repeat after me. Dear all souls whom I or my ancestors have hurt or harmed or caused unpleasant service in this lifetime or any previous lifetime, knowingly, unknowingly, intentionally, unintentionally, through my thoughts, words, deeds, or actions, which is causing this discomfort in me at this time. I deeply apologize for my mistakes. I am extremely sorry. Please forgive me. I seek forgiveness on behalf of any unpleasant service offered by my ancestors and descendants too. We are extremely sorry. Please forgive us. I offer my total unconditional forgiveness to any soul and every soul who offered me any unpleasant service in any lifetime that is causing this discomfort in my life at this time. I offer you my total unconditional forgiveness. You do not owe any spiritual debt to me. Let us live together in love, peace, and harmony. I'm so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now you can open your heart to receive the blessing. Blessings to everyone on the call for their requests as appropriate. And for those who have not made a request in the chat, Heaven decides what's most appropriate for each one of you. This blessing is only for the ones who are on the call. It is not for the ones who will be listening to the recording. Blessing starts. Yahi yo, yahi, yahi yo, yahi yo, yahi yo, yahi yo, yahi, yahi yo, yahi yo, yahi yo, yahi yo, yahi, yahi yo, yahi yo, yahi yo, yahi yo, yahi, yahi yo, yahi yo, yahi yo, yahi yo, yahi, yahi yo, yahi yo, yahi yo, yahi yo, yahi, yahi yo, yahi yo, yahi yo, yahi yo, yahi, yahi yo, yahi yo, yahi yo, yahi yo, yahi, yahi yo, yahi yo, yahi yo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Divine, thank you, Tao, thank you, Master. So we will now continue, we'll go straight into a meditation, a calligraphy meditation, where I will be sharing on the screen a Dao Soul's calligraphy of Ling Gong. Ling is soul, Gong is light. And this calligraphy, spiritual courtesy demands no recording, no sharing, no screenshots. Okay. So there will be a yellow ball in the Okay, I'll share the screen first so that you can. You find a calligraphy. It is Ling Gong, soul's light. And there is you'll see a yellow ball right on top. So this yellow ball will be showing us the pathway in which we will be tracing this calligraphy. Okay. So we will be putting all our 5 fingers together. The tips of our fingers will be joined together as though we are holding a brush or a pen, and we will move along. You will not touch the screen of your mobile or your computer. You will just keep it away from it, and you will trace the calligraphy as the pathway is shown by the yellow ball. And we will be chanting the mantra Lingam Soul's Light. And we will request this calligraphy because this is the Tao Source calligraphy. That is, when Master Shah created it, it has got the essence, the blessings from the source is within this calligraphy. So as we trace, we are creating this vibrational field. This vibrational field will give us the light to transform the request that we have already made. You received a blessing for it now. We will continue for the same request. We will receive blessings from the Lingam calligraphy. So please repeat after me the invocation. So body power is we are tracing. Mind power will visualize light from the calligraphy coming to that part of our body for which we have made a request. Sound power is the mantra Lingam Soul's Light. And soul power you can repeat after me. Dear the Tao Source Calligraphy, Lingam, I love you. I honor you and appreciate you. Dear all the saints, saint animals, and treasures within this calligraphy, I love you, honor you, and appreciate you. As I trace this calligraphy and chant the mantra, to please bless, to purify my soul, heart, mind, and body. Please heal and rejuvenate my request as appropriate. I'm so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let us start. Lingam, 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 soul's light, 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 Lingam, 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 Ling Guang, Ling Guang, Ling Guang, Ling Guang, Ling Guang, Ling Guang. Souls like, 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 souls like. Ling Guang, 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 Ling Guang. Ling Guang, 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 Ling Guang. You can slowly bring the tracing to a close. Do not leave the tracing midway. Come till the end, and then you can gently close your eyes, place both your palms towards the calligraphy, and absorb the light as I continue to chant the mantra. Ling Guang, 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 Ling Guang. Ling Guang, Ling Guang, Ling Guang, Ling Guang, Ling Guang, Ling Guang. Souls like, 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 souls like. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, the Tao Source Calligraphy, Lingam. We cannot thank you enough. We cannot bow down to you enough. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. We're coming to the close of this session. So, any questions? Any sharings? You can raise your hand and somebody will be able to spotlight you. Please feel free to share. As Master Shah teaches us, sharing is serving. And the purpose of our life is to serve. So the more we share, the more we serve. Okay, Preeti says, thank you, thank you, thank you, love you, love you, love you, countless power. Thank you, Preeti. Anybody else? Any questions about spiritual testing or what you liked about the session
Uma ji,
or what you did
I
not
would like
about
to,
it? Yes, Neenu ji. Yeah.
I would like to share. First thing, I would like to thank you. It was a very profound session, and in fact, I'm feeling quite better. I think a lot of my just hearing the chant and hearing your sweet melodious voice and following the calligraphy has all worked wonders. At least I feel very relaxed at my back, as well as the love which you from the state of the space of love which you come in and you give your talks is always enchanting. So thank you a lot. I thank you from bottom of my heart. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Neenu ji. Thank you so much.
I'm having
Master
some
Uma.
network issues here. So yeah,
It's okay. We could hear you well. Thank you so much. Thank you, Neenu ji.
thank you. Thank you.
Master Umaji, I feel so blessed, and now I
Abhijit,
know where the challenges are and what I have to do myself to overcome them. As you said, it is 50%. Nobody else can do it but yourself. So thank us and thanks for being our guru and showing us the light to the definite path that we have to take. Thank you so much. It was so enchanting, so enthralling, so blessed, so blessed. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maruk ji. Thank you so much.
Hello, Master Uma. I
Yes,
would
Dr.
like to
Aditi.
share. Yes, recently I was having lots of disturbances in my regular spiritual practices. Means it is something like that. As you told, I could get today that what was the real reason behind all this. That the moment I touch my book, a call will ring, a patient will come, somebody need me urgently, and I have to drop the book and go back. And it was not that I don't have time in a day, but somehow I can't hold that book and read, which I was regularly reading for years together. And in these some months, I was not able to, 3 months almost. One day I'm reading, one day I'm leaving, and I was disturbed कि why यार ये एक ही काम नहीं क्यों हो रहा मेरे से, सब तो कर रही हूँ मैं. Means every other duties I was performing, but that one main work was not done at all. And I was very disturbed because of that. But I got the point through your earlier what you said, that it is an
Spiritual
testing, and that gave me light ki I should stick to my routine no matter what happens. It's testing. That is one thing. And secondly, regarding my health issue, I have some kidney issues right now, not major. Being doctor, I know much earlier, but that way I could feel the difference with the golden light and all you told. Now it worked really nicely. I'm feeling something healed within. That is one more thing I want to tell you. So thanks a lot. Thanks a ton. I have no words to thank you for this. Thanks a lot.
Thank you,
It
Aditi
was
ji.
wonderful.
And you've got the divine purification soul now. So next time you're going through this challenge, just invoke the soul. Dear my divine purification soul, please help me to overcome this challenge.
Yes,
And
I
you
need
will see
it.
the light coming your way. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you. Love you.
Master,
Umaji,
thank you
this
for
was
the
a
pressure.
very beautiful session, Umaji, and I'm sure we'll be able to deal with our spiritual testings that we are facing at the moment in a much better way. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you, Aarti.
Love
Thank
you.
you so much. Love you.
Thank you, Master, for the sweet pressure. Thank you very much. But I'm used to do meditation most of days, but consistently I'm not doing.
Yeah. So you can invoke this treasure and that will help you. Just be aware that, oh, this is a spiritual test.
I
I
forget
have to
a
go through.
like alarm will ring, but
Yeah.
I keep it aside.
Yeah, that is spiritual testing. So now that you are aware of it, try to
Yes,
get out of it. Okay?
Okay.
That will be good. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
थैंक यू मास्टर.
Thank you, Venkatesh ji.
जी मास्टर.
हाँ, बताइए.
आज हम जो एक अनजान जगह पर खड़े होकर, मंजिल तो मालूम है, जाना मुश्किल था, तो वो रास्ता आपने आज हमको दे दिया कि हम अपने मंजिल तक पहुंच सके। तो बहुत ही सुंदर सेशन रहा और सबसे बहुत बड़ा वरदान ये मिला, डिवाइन
Purification soul.
प्यूरिफिकेशन सोल। सो मैं बातों से आपको धन्यवाद नहीं कह सकता हूँ। मास्टर शाह को आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। थैंक यू सो मच मास्टर।
Thank you. Okay, in the chat, Akanksha has asked, can I avoid spiritual testing altogether? Akanksha, can you come on the screen? Okay, yeah. Okay, you're here.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can I avoid spiritual testing altogether?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful, wonderful question.
Thank you, ma'am.
Would you want to stop growing?
Not at all.
Not at all. So
I
if
want
you
to grow every day, every second, in fact.
Then every second will be a spiritual test that will help you to grow.
Okay.
Okay?
Actually, ma'am, I would like to ask you something. When I first started my journey,
I think you got muted.
ma'am, the
No.
audio is on. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Ma'am, I came to know about the spiritual path in 2015. So at that time, I didn't have to face any testing altogether. It was a smooth journey and all my blockages were sort of melting away and life was turning beautifully. But then something happened in 2017, I lost track. And now I'm trying to get back on track and I just can't do any practice and I'm not able to forgive someone or, somebody. I'm unable to do that and I'm trying, but it's not coming from the inside. That's why I was asking you, is it possible? Is this some sort of testing? I'm very curious actually.
Yes, it is testing. It is testing for you. You were on the smooth track, from first standard till the 8th standard, everything went well. But as you grow, going nearer your manzil, like Venkateshji was saying, that is your goal. Going near the goal, the testing begins more. The more closer you're going to the top of the Himalayas, you're going up the mountain, more difficult, breathing becomes difficult, everything becomes difficult, right? In the same way.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you want to stop growing, there'll be no testing. You can
No,
just
I don't want to grow.
reconcile.
I'm
Because
ready.
in life, we have got only 3 ways. Either we go down, we go up, or we stay. We don't want to go down. We don't want to go back. We only want to go up. So for that, we have to climb those steps. Every step will be a boulder, will be a test. Say thank you, God. Thank you for this test. Thank you so much. Give me the courage, give me the strength to overcome this. That's it. It will help you. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm feeling fear about black magic challenge from my extended family. Chant love, peace, and harmony. Preeti. At this time, continue to chant love, peace, and harmony. And turn on the spiritual testing treasure. Dear my divine spiritual testing purification treasure, please turn on. Help me to overcome all the challenges. Okay? I'll send you the chant on your WhatsApp and you can continue to chant. Okay? Thank you, Preeti. Anshu says, I had a lot of discomfort in my heart and within a few minutes of tracing, my heart feels so light. Wonderful. Thank you, Master Shah. Thank you, the Tao. Soul Light Calligraphy. We cannot thank you enough. Yes. Okay. So, any more questions? Any more sharing? Anybody else?
Master Neelam, yeah.
Yes, Neelam.
Master, I'm so grateful for this session.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for this session. It was like you are hitting right on the spots where spiritual testing is concerned. And like, even in spite of being aware, sometimes the testing is so heavy that you don't realize it's testing. So when you were talking today, you like hit right on the spot for me at least. It was like real realization that all this is testing and how to, and I'm so grateful for the treasure. And I shall be chanting and invoking it. And hopefully I should be able to do my practices and be on various sessions that I really want to, but sometimes I cannot. You know, I'm so deeply grateful. Thank you so much. And
Thank you,
I'm
madam.
so
Thank you
grateful
so
for the
much.
calligraphy tracing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so no other questions? Kamudi, you want to share something?
So it was a wonderful session, I think. It was just the right divine timing. But the session
Electricity is back.
Yeah, for me also it is back.
So now you know what is testing. It was a real.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
just say
Definitely.
thank you and reconcile to it.
Yes.
Yes, Kamudi, please continue.
So,
I'm sorry
yes.
for interrupting.
No, that's okay. So many times, even if we know it is a test, so sometimes we are not able to accept it. We have that awareness that we are going through the testing, but we say, no, I think, no, this is not right, that is not right. So, but then sometimes we just need to keep going. We don't get answers to so many questions. We are so much confused, as Umaji was sharing. But then it is just, you just keep going, because that is what happens to me recently whenever I was going through so much of confusion in my mind. As I learned soul communication skills, so I used to communicate, and only answer what I was getting is just wait. So, and I just said, okay, that is the only answer I get every time I connect and I ask what is in store, how do I progress? And I do see that the changes happen. The divine has got a plan. And when the time is just right, things just start falling in place. So you just need to sail through it, have that faith. You need to surrender yourself and say, okay, I'll just sail through it. The minute you say that, divine will instantly show up a plan for you. And then you feel, oh my God, I was almost there. But he's just waiting for you to say, yes, I surrender. The minute you say that, things just start shifting. And he does it the way he wants. And it is always said, whatever he does for us will be the best way. So yeah, it was a lot of aha moments for me during the session. Thank you so much. Thank you, Umaji.
Thank you, Kamudi. Thank you so much. Okay, so can we bring this session to a close, Shailaji? It's all your honors now, once again.
Thank you, each one of you. Thank you, Umaji. Thank you, Kamudi. Thank you, Master Shah. Thank you, all the masters, all the gurus, all the great beings who have blessed this session.
Thank you, Gaur sir and Hemaji, for this
Thank you,
beautiful
Gaur.
platform.
Thank you, Gaur sir and Hemaji. सर्वेत्र सुखिनो सन्तु सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।
Thank you, Shailaji. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank
See
you.
you next time.